reauthorize agricultural programs through 2018, signed by 17 senators.
By unanimous consent, the mandatory quorum call has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that the debate on S-954, an original bill to reauthorize agricultural programs through 2018, shall be brought to a close? The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. The clerk shall call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.
Aye.
Ms. Ayotte. Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Baucus. Mr. Beckich. Mr. Bennett. Mr. Blumenthal.
We haven't done it.
Mr. Blunt.
All of them.
Mr. Bozeman.
We haven't done, we haven't gotten our request to just go through the pile.
Mrs. Boxer. Mr. Brown. Mr. Burr. Ms. Cantwell. Mr. Cardin. Mr. Carper. Mr. Casey. Mr. Chambliss. Mr. Coates. Mr. Coburn. Mr. Cochran. Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons. Mr. Corker. Mr. Cornyn. Mr. Cowan. Mr. Crapo. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Donnelly. Mr. Durbin. Mr. Enzi. Mrs. Feinstein. Mrs. Fisher. Mr. Flake. Mr. Franken. Mrs. Gillibrand. Mr. Graham. Mr. Grassley. Mrs. Hagan. Mr. Harkin. Mr. Hatch. Mr. Heinrich. Ms. Heitkamp. Mr. Heller. Ms. Hirono. Mr. Hoven. Mr. Inhofe. Mr. Isaacson. Mr. Joe Hans. Mr. Johnson of Wisconsin. Mr. Johnson of South Dakota. Mr. Kane. Mr. King. Mr. Kirk. Ms. Klobuchar. Ms. Landrieu. Mr. Leahy. Mr. Lee. Mr. Levin. Mr. Manchin. Mr. McCain. Mrs. McCaskill. Mr. McConnell. Mr. Menendez. Mr. Merkley. Ms. Mikulski. Mr. Moran. Ms. Murkowski. Mr. Murphy. Mrs. Murray. Mr. Nelson. Mr. Paul. Mr. Portman. Mr. Pryor. Mr. Reed of Rhode Island. Mr. Reed of Nevada. Mr. Risch. Mr. Roberts. Mr. Rockefeller. Mr. Rubio. Mr. Sanders. Mr. Schatz.
Aye.
Mr. Schumer. Mr. Scott. Mr. Sessions, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Shelby, Ms. Stabenow, Mr. Tester, Mr. Thune, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Udall of Colorado, Mr. Udall of New Mexico, Mr. Vitter, Mr. Warner, Ms. Warren, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden. Senators voting in the affirmative: Alexander, Bozeman, Cochran, Coons, Durbin, Fisher, Harkin, Heitkamp, Reed of Rhode Island, Reed of Nevada, Schatz, Stabenow, and Tester. Senators voting in the negative: Coburn and Toomey. Mr. Crapo, no. Mr. Nelson, aye. Mr. Udall of Colorado, aye. Ms. Warren, aye. Mr. Leahy. Mr. Leahy, aye. Mr. Pryor, aye. Ms. Klobuchar. Ms. Klobuchar, aye. Mr. Chambliss. Mr. Chambliss, aye. Mr. Bennett, aye. Mrs. Murray. Mrs. Murray, aye. Mr. Warner. Mr. Warner, aye. Mr. Carper, aye. Mr. McConnell. Mr. McConnell, no. Mr. Cruz, no. Mr. Johans, aye. Mr. Isaacson, aye. Mr. Cowan. Mr. Cowan, aye. Mr. King, aye. Mr. Manchin, aye. Mr. Cornyn, no. Mr. Lee, no. Ms. Hirono, aye. Mr. Blunt, aye. Mr. Kane, aye. Mr. Roberts, no. Mr. Whitehouse. Mr. Whitehouse, aye. Mrs. Hagan, aye. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson of Wisconsin, no. Ms. Landrieu. Ms. Landrieu, aye. Mr. Paul, no. Mr. Wicker. Mr. Wicker, aye. Ms. Collins, aye. Mr. Flake, no. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, aye. Mr. Vitter, aye. Mr. Sessions, no. Mr. Casey. Mr. Casey, aye. Mr. Baucus. Mr. Baucus, aye. Mr. Schumer, aye. Mr. Menendez, aye. Ms. Baldwin, aye. Mr. Sanders, aye. Scott. Mr. Scott, aye. Mr. Shelby. Mr. Shelby, aye. Mr. Donnelly, aye. Ms. Cantwell, aye. Mr. Burr, no. Ms. Ayotte? Ms. Ayotte, no. Mr. Rockefeller, aye. Mr. Corker. Mr. Corker, aye. Mr. Inhofe, no. Mr. Kirk. Mr. Kirk, aye. Mr. Wyden, aye. Mr. Beckidge, aye. Mr. Cardin, aye. Mr. Shelby, no. Mrs. Feinstein, aye. Mr. Hatch, no. Mr. Murphy, aye. Mr. Merkley. Mr. Merkley, aye. Mr. Johnson of South Dakota, aye.
How are you been doing? Yeah. Our family this week.
Mr. Moran.
Aye.
Mr. Moran, aye. Mr. Udall of New Mexico, aye. Mr. Heller, no. Mr. Risch, no. Mr. Rubio, no. Mr. Grassley, aye. Ms. Franken. Mr. Franken, aye. Ms. Murkowski, aye. Mr. Heinrich? Aye. Mrs. Gillibrand? Aye. Mr. Levin? Mr. Levin? Aye. Mr. Thune? No. Mrs. Boxer? Aye. Ms. Mikulski? Aye. Mr. Enzi? Aye. Mr. Barrasso? Aye. Mr. Hoven? Aye. Mrs. Shaheen? Aye. Mr. Blumenthal? Aye. Mr. McCain? No. Mr. Portman? Aye. Mr. Graham? Aye.
On this vote, the yeas are 75, the nays are 22. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn. Having voted in the affirmative, the motion is agreed to.
We move to reconsider.
Without objection.
The motion to table is laid on the table.
Without objection. The Senate will come to order. Under the previous order, there will now be 2 minutes of debate equally divided. The Senate will be in order. Who yields time? Who yields time?
Mr. President.
Senator from Iowa.
Yes.
Are we on the Coburn-Alexander bill?
The Senate will be in order. Senator from Iowa.
I'm asking a parliamentary inquiry. What bill are we on right now?
The Senate is under debate time prior to vote on the motion to invoke cloture on S 1003.
And as I understand, there's 1 minute on both sides?
2 minutes equally divided.
Mr. President, I will claim our first minute, and obviously...
Senator from Iowa.
Mr. President, first of all, can we have order, please, in the Senate? Here, put them both up there. Mr. President?
Senator from Iowa.
Mr. President, there's still a lot of conversations going on. I can hardly hear myself, let alone others
The
here.
Senate will be in order.
I thank the presiding officer. Mr. President, the bill before us now, like the House GOP bill, fails the first policy test of do no harm. It is worse for students over the long term than if we even let the rate double. These are CBO projections. If we just, again, adopt the next bill, which leaves the interest rates at 3.4%, that's this line here. That's what students would pay in interest. If we let it double, this is the white line. If we adopt the Republican bill, as you can see, in 2 years, we are paying more, students will be paying more over the next 10 years in interest rates than if we even let it double. And here is the bottom line on it. If we keep the rates at 3.4%, a student that starts college next year, goes for 4 years, borrows the maximum of $19,000, that student will pay $3,510 in interest over 10 years. That's the life of the Stafford loan. If we adopt the Republicans' bill, that same student borrowing that same amount of money, will pay
Senator's time has
$6,590 in
expired.
interest over 10 years. This is the worst possible approach. You shouldn't reduce the deficit on the backs of students
Senator's
who
time has
can't even
expired.
discharge this in bankruptcy.
Mr. President,
Senator from Tennessee.
I urge a yes vote because this is a permanent solution for 100% of the student loans. It reduces rates for every single student's new loan. It has no profit on the student. It fixes the rate for the time of the loan. And it is the same idea as already passed by the House. It is the same idea as supported by the President's budget. There are only minor differences between the President, the House, and this proposal. And if we can't agree on this, we can't agree on anything. This is a manufactured crisis. Their proposal is a short-term political fix for 40% of the loans. This proposal is a permanent solution for 100% of the loans that would lower rates to below 5%. The same idea is in the President's budget. The same idea is passed by the House. I urge a yes vote.
The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the motion to proceed to S-1003, a bill to amend the Higher Education Act of 1965 to reset interest rates for new student loans, signed by 17 senators.
By unanimous consent, the mandatory quorum call has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that the debate on the motion to proceed to S-1003, a bill to amend the Higher Education Act of 1965 to reset interest rates for new student loans, shall be brought to a close? The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander. Ms. Ayotte. Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Barrasso. Mr. Baucus. Mr. Begich. Mr. Bennett. Mr. Blumenthal. Mr. Blunt. Mr. Bozeman. Wisconsin. Ms. Murkowski. Mrs. Boxer. Mr. Brown. Yes, gotcha. Mr. Burr. Ms. Cantwell. Ms. Cantwell. Mr. Cardin.
Thank you for being there, too.
Mr. Carper. Mr. Casey. Mr. Chambliss. Mr. Coates. Mr. Coburn. Mr. Cochran. Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons. Mr. Corker. Mr. Cornyn. Mr. Cowan. Mr. Green. Gotcha. Mr. Crapo. Mr. Cruz. Mr. Donnelly. Mr. Durbin. Mr. Enzi, Mrs. Feinstein. Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Flake, Mr. Franken. Mrs. Gillibrand. Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley. Mrs. Hagan. Mr. Harkin. Mr. Hatch. Mr. Heinrich, Ms. Heitkamp, Mr. Heller. Ms. Hirono. Mr. Franklin. Mr. Hoven. Mr. Inhofe. Mr. Isaacson, Mr. Johans, Mr. Johnson of Wisconsin, Mr. Johnson of South Dakota, Mr. Kane. Mr. King. Mr. Kirk. Ms. Klobuchar, Ms. Landrieu. I did. Mr. Leahy. Mr. Lee, Mr. Levin, Mr. Manchin. Mr. McCain, Mrs. McCaskill, Mr. McConnell, Mr. Menendez, Mr. Merkley, Ms. Mikulski. Mr. Moran. Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy. Mrs. Murray. Mr. Nelson. Mr. Paul. Mr. Portman. Mr. Pryor. Mr. Reed of Rhode Island. Mr. Reed of Nevada. Mr. Risch. Mr. Roberts. Mr. Rockefeller. Mr. Rubio. Mr. Sanders. Mr. Schatz. Mr. Schumer. Mr. Scott. Mr. Sessions. Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Shelby, Ms. Stabenow, Mr. Tester, Mr. Thune. Mr. Toomey, Mr. Udall of Colorado, Mr. Udall of New Mexico. Mr. Vitter, Mr. Warner, Ms. Warren, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden. Senators voting in the affirmative: Alexander, Ayotte, Barrasso, Blunt, Bozeman, Burr, Coburn, Cochran, Collins, Corker, Cornyn, Cruz, Enzi, Fisher, Flake, Graham, Hatch, Heller, Hoven, Inhofe, Isaacson, Johans, Johnson of Wisconsin, Kirk, Landrieu, McCain, McConnell, Murkowski, Portman, Roberts, Rubio, Scott, Sessions, Shelby, Thune, Vitter, and Wicker. Mr. Bennett. Senators voting in the negative: Baldwin, Baucus, Begich, Bennett, Boxer, Brown, Cantwell, Cardin, Casey, Coons, Cowan, Crapo, Donnelly, Durbin, Franken, Gillibrand, Hagan, Heinrich, Heitkamp, Hirono, Johnson of South Dakota, Kane, King, Klobuchar, Leahy, Lee, Levin, Menendez, Merkley, Mikulski, Murphy, Murray, Nelson, Paul, Pryor, Reed of Rhode Island, Risch, Rockefeller, Sanders, Schatz, Schumer, Shaheen, Stabenow, Tester, Toomey, Udall of New Mexico, Warner, Warren, Whitehouse, and Wyden. Mr. Udall. Mr. Udall of Colorado, no. Mrs. Feinstein. Mrs. Feinstein, no. Mr. Blumenthal. Mr. Blumenthal, no. Mr. Chambliss, aye. Mr. Grassley. Mr. Grassley, aye. Mr. Moran. Mr. Moran, aye. Mr. Manchin. Mr. Manchin, no. Harkin. Mr. Harkin, no. Ms. Landrieu. Ms. Landrieu, no. Mr. Carper. Mr. Carper. Aye. Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed of Nevada, no.
Are there any senators in the chamber wishing to vote or change their vote? On this vote, the yeas are 40, the nays are 57. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to. Under the previous order, there will now be 2 minutes of debate, equally divided. Senate will be in order. Who yields time?
Mr. President.
Senator from North Carolina. The Senate will be in order.
Mr. President, in 1992, the United States Congress created the Direct Loan Program. When this program was originated, the loans to students were variable rates. Now, let me just say to my colleagues this morning, Congress now sets the rates. We changed that in 2006. And the bill that you'll talk about now, let me just pose this to you. If you believe that it's appropriate for Congress to pick winners and losers, then support this bill. If you believe that it's appropriate for Congress to subsidize 40% of the student loan population and overcharge the other 60% of the student loan population, then vote for this bill. If you believe that that's not the congressional role and that we need a long-term, permanent, transparent, predictable solution, then vote against this bill and let's sit down between now and July the 1st and write a bipartisan approach that solves this problem once and for all. I yield the floor.
Mr. President.
Senator from Rhode Island.
Mr. President, on July...
The Senate will be in order.
Mr. President, July 1st, interest rates will double for the most vulnerable students in our society. Access to college, which is fundamental to our growth, our prosperity, individual advancement, will be compromised for the most vulnerable 7 million families in this country. The Republicans have a long-term proposal, but they don't have a long-term solution, because it's not just about interest rates, it's about college costs. It's about refinancing the huge amount of debt that families have today, not just families but students, that they'll never pay off. We need the time, first, to work on a long-term solution. But second, we need to reassure vulnerable individuals and families that their rates will not double. Student debt today is the second largest debt in the country, households. We can't let it go any further. Their proposals not only will not solve the problem because they don't deal with all aspects, but it'll increase the debt on the
Senator's time has
July
expired.
1st. And I urge passage and moving to the vote.
The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, hereby move to bring to a close the debate on the motion to proceed to calendar number 74, S-953, a bill to amend the Higher Education Act of 1965 to extend the reduced interest rate for undergraduate federal direct Stafford loans, to modify required distribution rules for pension plans, to limit earnings stripping by expatriated entities, to provide for modifications related to the Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund and for other purposes, signed by 17 senators.
By unanimous consent, the quorum call has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that the debate on the motion to proceed to S-953, a bill to amend the Higher Education Act of 1965 to extend the reduced interest rate for undergraduate federal direct Stafford loans, to modify required distribution rules for pension plans, to limit earnings stripping by expatriated entities, to provide for modifications related to the Oil Spill Liability Trust Fund, and for other purposes, shall be brought to a close. The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.
Joe Higgins.
Ms. Ayotte, Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Balkus, Mr. Begich, Mr. Bennett, Mr. Blumenthal, Mr. Blunt, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Boxer, Mr. Brown, Mr. Burr, Ms. Cantwell, Mr. Cardin, Mr. Carper, Mr. Casey, Mr. Chambliss, Mr. Coates, Mr. Coburn, Mr. Cochran, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Corker, Mr. Cornyn, Mr. Cowan, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Donnelly, Mr. Durbin, Mr. Enzi, Mrs. Feinstein, Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Flake, Mr. Franken,
Yeah, but I've got it all the way up here. All right, thanks.
Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mrs. Hagan, Mr. Harkin, Mr. Hatch, Mr. Heinrich, Ms. Heitkamp, Mr. Heller, Ms. Hirono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Inhofe, Mr. Isaacson, Mr. Johans, Mr. Johnson of Wisconsin, Mr. Johnson of South Dakota, Mr. Kane, Mr. King, Mr. Kirk, Ms. Klobuchar, Ms. Landrieu, Mr. Leahy, Mr. Lee, Mr. Levin, Mr. Manchin, Mr. McCain, Mrs. McCaskill, Mr. McConnell, Mr. Menendez, Mr. Merkley, Ms. Mikulski, Mr. Moran, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Paul, Mr. Portman, Mr. Pryor, Mr. Reed of Rhode Island, Mr. Reed of Nevada, Mr. Risch, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Rockefeller, Mr. Rubio, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott, Mr. Sessions, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott, Mr. Sessions, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Shelby, Ms. Stabenow, Mr. Tester, Mr. Thune, Mr. Toomey, Mr. Udall of Colorado, Mr. Udall of New Mexico, Mr. Vitter, Mr. Warner, Ms. Warren, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden. Senators voting in the affirmative: Baldwin, Baucus, Begich, Bennett, Blumenthal, Boxer, Brown, Cantwell, Cardin, Carper, Casey, Coons, Cowan, Donnelly, Durbin, Feinstein, Franken, Gillibrand, Hagan, Harkin, Heinrich, Heitkamp, Hirono, Johnson of South Dakota, Kane, Klobuchar, Landrieu, Leahy, Levin, Menendez, Merkley, Mikulski, Murphy, Murray, Nelson, Pryor, Reed of Rhode Island, Rockefeller, Sanders, Schatz, Schumer, Shaheen, Stabenow, Tester, Udall of New Mexico, Warner, Warren, Whitehouse, Wyden. Senators voting in the negative: Alexander, Ayotte, Barrasso, Blunt, Bozeman, Burr, Chambliss, Coburn, Cochran, Collins, Corker, Cornyn, Crapo, Cruz, Enzi, Fisher, Flake, Graham, Grassley, Hatch, Heller, Hoeven, Inhofe, Isaacson, Johans, Johnson of Wisconsin, King, Kirk, Lee, Manchin, McCain, McConnell, Moran, Murkowski, Paul, Portman, Risch, Roberts, Rubio, Scott, Sessions, Shelby, Thune, Toomey, Vitter, Wicker. Mr. Udall of Colorado, Mr. Udall of Colorado, aye.